Hi guys, it's SugarPlumSimss here and welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the Hartford apartment complex, and this is an apartment complex I was working on in Windenburg, and I think it's on the 30 by 30 lot in the commercial zone. So I've never worked on this lot and I thought it was quite cool to work on, and I was also working on this oh sorry, like my voice went really weird just then, I'm not sure why. I was also working on this because on Monday, I don't know when that would be in terms of how many days ago for you guys when you're watching this, but on Monday we hit 100 subscribers, which is amazing, and I'm just like quite overwhelmed with that, and I just wanted to thank every single one of you guys because it's amazing how quickly I can't talk. It's amazing how quickly we reached it, and I'm just like really happy about it right now, and I obviously couldn't have achieved it without you guys, so yeah, this is sort of dedicated to all of my subscribers and I hope you like it. So it's quite a modern apartment complex, and it's going to have a few different types of apartments inside. I've already built a modern bachelor apartment, which I can't remember what I named it. Was it like the Blue Moon Bachelor apartment? Not sure what was with the name, what I was thinking with it, but I mean, I'm just working with it here. So yeah, and I haven't built anything else yet. I've just built one apartment inside, and then obviously the shell on the outside. And let me know if you want me to upload the empty shell as well as all the apartments, because at the moment I don't know whether I'm going to be uploading the apartments as rooms or whether I'll just upload the entire apartment complex as one big thing. I don't know, maybe I'll just upload the apartments as individual rooms, and then if you want to fill up this apartment with all of them, then I will also upload it as an empty shell to the gallery. So I should probably upload that at some point, and I also should probably take a few more screenshots because I've only taken one screenshot of the outside, and then I've also taken screenshots of the interior for the bachelor apartment, but those screenshots for the bachelor apartment won't be in this video, and I probably need to take a couple more for the exterior because I only have one of the exterior, and I don't know, I don't really just want one screenshot of the exterior. That just seems a little bit sad to me, so maybe I'll do something about that when I've finished recording this voiceover. And I'm also really hungry. I mean, you don't really need to know that, but I'm just saying, I'm letting you guys know that I'm hungry, and if you hear my tummy rumble, then that is why. So the exterior for this was pretty easy to do. It didn't take me that long to decide how I wanted it because I sort of had an idea. I wanted it to look kind of, well, very modern and maybe a bit more simplistic on the outside, and then I also wanted it to have a bit of like dynamic roofing, which I thought I managed to accomplish well. And on the balconies, are they balconies? Yeah. I didn't know whether I wanted them to look like they had supports on the outside, as in like columns or something, because I don't know, the columns just looked a little bit weird and I didn't really like how they looked, so I just left it without anything. And I don't know, I think that makes it look like it has more of a modern touch to it, which is something I quite liked. And I struggled a little bit on the roofing here because I wanted it to look like quite clean and everything, but it was kind of hard to accomplish. And what else did I want to say about this? The staircase up to all the apartments was also kind of challenging to figure out how I wanted it to look. I think it's quite simple how I do it, and it's kind of just more like a standard staircase, and at the time I wasn't really sure if I wanted it on the inside or the outside, but I think it looks pretty cool on the outside. And also, you will see me struggle a lot with the windows. I change the windows about 5 million times. I cannot decide for the life of me what I want to do with the windows, just because sorry, I really like the windows, how they look. The ones from the, what is it, Get Together pack. I haven't used them very often, but I really like them, and I just struggled a lot to find sort of smaller modern windows that had a similar colour on the outside, and none of them were really working, so we end up using some windows with black frames, which I think worked alright, but I don't know, I would have preferred a window that looked kind of similar to this, to the one from Get Together, with the same coloured frame and not necessarily the same coloured shape, like the same style, I don't know. Yeah, that was something I kind of struggled on. And you will also see on the back of the apartments, there is also like a little square thing. I don't know how I would describe it, but basically it's sort of joined to both of the apartments on each floor, and that is going to be like a community garden type thing that will be shared between both apartments. And I don't know, I just wanted to have that included, as I think it's kind of cool, since in an apartment you don't really have much space to grow stuff, and especially if you don't have as much money. In The Sims, it's very easy to gain money from gardening, and although I will say it takes a long time to actually garden things and get it going, especially if you're trying to save up money and evolve all the plants and everything. So I was just fiddling around with the stairs just then, and the layout of each of the floors is pretty simple as well. Each floor has a bathroom, a bedroom, and then an open living space, and there are 2 types of apartments on each floor, plus the penthouse type apartment. It's not that fancy up on top, it's basically the same size really, and I struggled a little bit with the layout on this one, so because I kind of wanted the main living space to have the balcony at the back, but it didn't really work very well, as I wanted to also preserve all the space in it. And yeah, so I quite like how this turned out really. I also wanted to build an apartment because I don't know, I've seen quite a few apartment builds where they're building an apartment from scratch rather than using the ones for city living. Like, I've seen Kiwi Simming, she does a lot of apartment builds on her channel, and I really like how she does them. And then I've also seen Simply Caity, who has recently been doing this apartment sort of series on her channel, which I really enjoy watching, and I will link it down below as well as her channel, because she's a really cool simmer and you should definitely check her out. So this is where I struggled a lot with the windows. I didn't know what colour to use, I didn't know what style or shape to use. Basically I just struggled a lot. But I also wanted to use like the square windows so that it would fit with the layout a bit better, rather than having the windows cut in 2 from the bathroom. Yeah, I'm slightly out of breath because before recording this voiceover, actually I've recorded this voiceover twice so far. This time, and then previously I kind of did it, but I felt like I sounded a bit, well, not very energetic or anything, and I don't know, I think it's better to sound a bit more enthusiastic and everything, so that is why I'm re-recording this, and I'm a little bit out of breath because I ran up the stairs prior to recording this, as I usually do. Not sure why, just a thing I do, because I'm usually downstairs before I record these voiceovers, and yeah, I ran up the stairs. Great times. And I need to catch my breath a little bit. I don't talk a lot in real life. I'm just quite an introverted person, so I'm usually quite quiet around the house and I don't speak that much. But I'm not as shy as I used to be. I remember when I was in like the first year of middle school, which would have been junior high. I'm not really sure on like the American terms or Australia or any of those other countries, but I know in the UK it's like middle school or year 7. So when I was in year 7 I was really shy, as well as all the years below that. So I've definitely been working on my confidence, and I think I'm a lot better with talking and making friends and everything. So I also think that YouTube can help your confidence a lot, because I know when I'm talking, I don't really feel shy or anything, so I can kind of just speak my mind and say what I want to say. I swear those are lines to a song, I don't know. So I was just working on the penthouse bit just then, and the windows are kind of different to the rest of the build, but I think they kind of work. And I was also trying to figure out whether I wanted a column on the corner or not, which I didn't in the end, because I think it looks a bit more modern without it, and I think it works a bit better as well, so I don't do it. It does look slightly weird, but I think it still works. And I'm just doing the wall colours now, as I'm not really sure. I was going to do these wood panels, which I think work quite well, and I really like them. They're also from the Get Together pack. I used quite a few bits from Get Together actually, and I think if you do just have Get Together, then this should be quite good for you to use, as the only thing from City Living are the barrier fence things, and I don't think there's anything else actually. Just Get Together and City Living, so this is pretty useful. Oh, actually, no, because I use plants from Romantic Garden. Never mind. I'm actually quite hot at the moment, because I'm wrapped in a duvet right now, because I live in England, and if you don't live in England, I don't know where you would live. I know I have a lot of viewers from Brazil, actually, and a lot mainly from the US, so I don't know what temperature you are living in, like the climates at the moment, but here it's very cold. And I've been wrapped in a duvet for way too long, so now I am getting way too hot. It's kind of bad. Yeah, I probably will pause this recording and take it off. Yeah, let me be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I took a quick minute break just to sort of, well, take off the duvet and also let my laptop thing cool down a little bit, just because when I leave it for a little bit, then the fan doesn't play, and I think it just has a lot better sound quality for the videos, so that is what I did. And I also remembered something I wanted to mention in this video, which is, I don't know, it's kind of a bit more personal because I've never mentioned it before, but I thought I would just tell you guys what my actual in real life name is, because I've never mentioned it in a video before, and I actually realised this because Simply Caity was talking about me being like one of her supporters, and a few other ladies who also watch her videos, and she mentioned me, and she also mentioned how she didn't know what my name is, and that's when I realised that I hadn't really mentioned it before, so I kind of wanted to mention it in this video since it is also a 100 subscriber special. So let me quickly introduce myself with my real name. Hi, my name is Sophie, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know, I feel like for the moment I want to keep a few of my more personal information bits, well, a bit more private and everything, so I will probably mention them as we kind of go through videos, and then eventually I will probably do a Q&A where you'll be able to get to know me a little bit better, but at the moment I don't really have enough subscribers or commenters who will give me enough questions to do a proper Q&A, so that is going to have to wait until, I don't know, maybe we hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't know when that will be, probably 5 million years, but yeah, it will be at some point, I guess. Whether I'll still be alive for that, don't know. So we're just doing the landscaping now, and to start with, I didn't really know how I wanted to do the landscaping, and by the end, I don't know whether the landscaping completely matches how I wanted the build to look. Because the landscaping is a little bit too messy, and I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more minimalistic and a bit more neat, and that didn't really work. So you'll see me, I did take a little bit of a break, which is kind of probably easy to miss, and then I come back and I realise I want to do more landscaping, so that is what I did. And also you would have probably seen just a couple frames ago that I was trying to find a mailbox, and I know that Simply Caity, I've mentioned her a lot in this video, but she's a cool simmer, you should check her out, as I already mentioned. She mentioned that she was trying to find the mailbox that comes with City Living, the one that's in all the apartments, and I was actually kind of curious to see if I could find it as well, because I don't know, a mailbox would be pretty cool, and I couldn't find it, as you probably can tell by now, and I don't know where it is. I think it's just one of those items that you can't get unless you're in the right venue, just like the restaurants, and I don't know what other venues there are, so yeah, it's just kind of, it wasn't there, and at the moment the lot is still set as a gym, and I do change that off camera, and I also give it a few lot traits. Can't remember exactly what they were. I think I gave it fast internet because it looked like a high-tech, kind of good quality apartment block. Not high-tech probably, but there's also, I think, good lighting. I don't know what that one is called. And then I either gave it good schools or just, I actually can't remember. Well, if you download it on the gallery, it will tell you what the lot traits are. I do hope we get a few more lot traits in sort of just patches, because at the moment I know that when I was seeing all the patch, when the patch first came out for all the lot traits, there were quite a lot of lot traits there that I saw in other people's videos, and then when I went into my own game before I got City Living, I realised there weren't that many, to be honest, so I do hope they get they give us a few more lot traits for like free in the patches and everything, because I don't have an infinity amount of money to spend on all these new packs. I will, obviously, if you're a YouTuber, you might know about the whole YouTube ad revenue thing, and you don't earn that much from it, but if I earn enough to buy packs and stuff, then that is what I will spend the money on, as I think it's probably better to spend the money on things that will improve the channel, as that is something I wanted to do, because I didn't really go into YouTube for the money at all, because I just wanted something that would be kind of a hobby and everything, but at the same time, if I do earn money, then I want to spend it on improving the channel, so that is just something I wanted to mention. And we're doing all these flowers and stuff, as I did mention before. We do a lot of the flowers from Romantic Garden stuff, and that is one of the packs that I've been loving recently, just for the flowers, as I think the flowers are really pretty, and they're definitely some of my favourite flowers, which is good, because that is some of the main things that came in the pack. And we're just doing the nightlight at the moment. Nightlight, is that what you call it? Probably not. I sometimes forget to do this, but I definitely think it's important to do the lighting at nighttime, as I think I've mentioned in a video before. I don't know. I haven't done all the outside bits yet. I still need to do the outside finishing for like the community garden places and the balconies, or at least the ones belonging to each apartment will be done in the apartment speed builds. So that is something also to look out for, and I don't know when I'll be uploading the bachelor apartment. Maybe the same day as this one if I can get it up, but I do need to record a voiceover, and this voiceover actually has taken me a long time to do, because I messed up a couple of times, and I also forgot to mention a few things, and I also went over time, so all of those factors kind of contributed to the fact that I needed to re-record it a couple of times. So yeah, if you don't see the bachelor apartment until a couple of days after this one, then that is the pure reason for that. And if I manage to, I will also link the gallery download for this apartment, and I will probably create a new playlist for this kind of apartment series, just so that if you just want to watch them all in one go when I've uploaded all of them, then that is pretty easy to do. and I think it's pretty much coming up to the end of the video now, so I really hope you enjoy. If you did, give this a big thumbs up and also subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!
I've seen you, I've patrolled these empty thoughts before, but I'm fixed now on the cure. I'm holding on to the last rock on the mountaintop, and I'm begging for your love. Do you remember the type of folk we used to be, and the simple souls we used to see? Do you remember a fallen man with no escape? It seems he lives in yesterday. If you played away, well, I forgive you once again. I'm losing patience, and I know for sure that we've been right here before. I see the dangers, baby, I'm not crying over you. There's no point denying we're through, 'cause baby, I'm not crying over you. There's just shit that I've gotta do, so I'm not crying.